Will housing be affordable again by 2025? This is an interesting topic. This isn't what you're gonna wanna hear starting off this video, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. Nobody can predict any sort of financial market. Otherwise, people would be trillionaires, right? It's not that easy. Many people have been preaching that the sky is falling, real estate's gonna crash since 2020 and the pandemic, but of course that has not happened because, well, it doesn't make any sense. However, we are starting to kind of reach a breaking point, especially with, the average family's budget. We're seeing interest rates still really high. It was peaking over 7% yesterday. Inflation's still going crazy, right? So something's gotta give. All we can do is arm ourselves with the information being presented to us and make the best educated guess we can on when this thing's gonna turn around, if ever. Anyway, let's get into it. Make me a deal. If you get any value or information out of today's video, hit that like and subscribe button. My name is Greyson Roberts, realtor and owner of Boss Properties. Now let's dive straight into it and start off with these interest rates. One of the major key factors affecting housing affordability is interest rates. According to Morningstar, interest rates and mortgage rates are expected to peak in 2023 before gradually declining in the following years. Their reports predict that a 30-year fixed rate mortgage will average 6.25% by the end of 2023, with further reductions to 5% and 4% in 2024 and 2025. This anticipated decline in mortgage rates is expected to improve housing affordability in the short term. One of the major factors contributing to how much you're going to pay, not only for your house, but for your monthly mortgage payment, is interest rates. A 1% up or down difference can make all the difference. It can make the difference between you being able to comfortably afford a home and it being over budget. We've got entire videos on this channel just talking about how interest rates, and this isn't just real estate, the interest rates affect the economy as a whole, but it really affects things like cars and houses, things you finance. Anyway, the Federal Reserve plays a crucial role in managing interest rates to combat inflation. While the Fed has increased rates to address high inflation, Morningstar's report suggests that they will eventually ease monetary policy, leading to lower interest rates. The report indicates that the federal funds rate could decrease from the current 5% to below 2% by 2025. This potential easing of rates could stimulate the US economy and contribute to a more affordable housing market. Listen, if they tanked interest rates today, buyer demand would go back up, and that wouldn't help the housing affordability problem. It's a very delicate equation and a very precise balance. It's complicated and really hard to predict. Anyway, let's talk about remote work and housing demand. The COVID-19 pandemic has brought about significant changes in the way people work, with remote work being more prevalent. The ability to work remotely has influenced housing demand and affordability. Research from the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco highlights that more than 60% of the housing market gains during pandemic can be attributed to the shift to remote work. This is something we talk about called urban sprawl. This shift has allowed individuals to explore housing options in different locations, leading to increased demand in various markets. The newfound flexibility to work from anywhere has opened up new housing markets and made homeownership more accessible to remote workers. As people move away from higher cost of living areas to places with lower housing costs, one would expect housing prices to decrease in big cities. However, as the research suggests, household formation has counteracted this trend. The decision of individuals to rent their own place, or millennials moving out of their parents' basements, has contributed to the stability of housing prices in major cities. So let's talk about the demographic factors and more about the household formations. Demographics play a crucial role in shaping the housing market. The demographic wave of millennials entering their household formation years has a significant impact on housing demand and prices. Millennials, as the largest demographic group in the United States, have been a driving force behind the increase in household formation. Even before the pandemic, millennials were already shaping the housing market due to their age and life stage. However, the pandemic amplified this trend as individuals repaired their balance sheets, saved money, and decided to buy or rent their own home. Despite the potential affordability challenges posed by rising mortgage rates and housing prices, the demographic wave of household formation has acted as a stabilizing force. The demand from millennials, coupled with limited housing supply, has created a situation where supply struggles to meet demand, preventing significant decreases in housing prices. This demographic factor presents a challenge for those hoping for more affordable housing options. Now let's talk about the current state of this housing market. As we assess the current state of the housing market, several key observations emerge. Firstly, housing prices have become increasingly unaffordable from a monthly payment perspective. The combination of high prices and high mortgage rates has made it difficult for many individuals to afford home ownership. Additionally, housing supply remains constricted due to homeowners' reluctance to move from their low mortgage rate environments to higher mortgage rates. This limited supply, combined with strong demand from millennials, further exacerbates affordability challenges. While there are areas where housing prices have declined, stubborn resilience is observed in much of the country. According to the Lance Lambert's analysis, 55% of the 400 biggest housing markets in the United States have either reached an all-time high price point or are close to doing so. This suggests that despite potential downward pressure on prices, they continue to hold steady or even rise in many areas. Furthermore, let's talk about the challenges of home affordability. The question of whether housing will ever become affordable again is a complex one. The combination of rising mortgage rates, limited housing supply, and strong demand from millennials presents significant challenges. Affordability calculations based on monthly payments highlight the strain on individuals' budgets. However, the demographic factor driving household formation and the willingness of individuals to pay higher prices to secure homeownership have acted as a counterforce. The housing market is influenced by various interrelated factors, and it's essential to consider the broader economic context and long-term trends. While some areas may experience price corrections, the overall picture suggests that housing affordability will continue to be a challenge in the near future. The hope for a more affordable future. While the current housing market presents affordability challenges, it is important to remember that market conditions are not static. Over time, factors such as changing interest rates, shifts in demographics, and adjustments in housing supply can shape the affordability landscape. It is possible that as interest rates stabilize or decline, housing affordability could improve. Additionally, as millennials process through different life stages and their housing preferences evolve, the demand dynamics may change. This could lead to a shift in housing supply or potentially more affordable options. But at the end of the day, who fucking knows? Government policies and initiatives aimed at addressing housing affordability can play a crucial role. By implementing measurements to increase housing supply, provide financial assistance to first-time homebuyers, and promote affordable rental options, policymakers can help alleviate some of the affordability challenges. In conclusion, will housing ever be affordable again is a complex question, one that no one can answer with even 90% certainty. However, if I personally had to give you my professional opinion, I think the time that we're going to see people, look at the market, have the past few years under their belt into their brain, and I think at 2025 is when people are gonna start saying, you know what, now might be the time for me to buy my first house. Now might be the time to buy my second home, my retirement home. And now might make a little bit more sense to sell my property, satisfy my 3% mortgage, and get a 4.5% mortgage, right? So I think if it's going to correct in the near future, it's probably not going to be any time before 2025, but I'm hoping that 2025 mark is when we're going to start seeing, instead of looking like, oh my God, look at all those prices, maybe people start saying, hey, there's a deal. And it also depends on your perspective. Are you an investor, second-time home buyer, first-time home buyer? Is it going to be your vacation? Anyway, it's just one man's opinion. Hope you guys enjoyed. I probably muddied the water a little bit for you, but hey, that's just my opinion. Anyway, guys, hit that like and subscribe button. Stay tuned for more market updates, and I'll see you in the next one.